a couple of days later, we are back on this Acura TL. Christmas came early. We have a package here that we received from Auto ECMs. These guys delivered the remanufactured electric power steering control unit. I have been doing business with these guys for a long time, and their control units are always awesome. So we got our brand new, remanufactured, kind of new to us, brand new electric power steering control unit. So here it is. So now we're gonna go in the vehicle and install this control unit, and then we're gonna see what happens. I'm sure after we install this control unit, the steering wheel will no longer be hard. Now, I talked to my friend Bobby, who was gonna come here and program the electric power steering control unit, because when I did my research, there were, I think somewhere in the service info, it said that this control unit needed to be programmed. When I talked to my friend Bobby, he told me, you don't need to program that. You should be able to do the relearn of that control unit with your RTL Ultra. So we're gonna use our RTL to do the relearn. Hopefully it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to have my friend come here and program this for us. So we have to see if it's gonna need programming or not. Now, what I'm gonna do is, as we're finishing this vehicle, we are very busy here. We have a lot of cars we have to go through. We have a lot of cars that we have to fix today. So I'm probably not gonna show you guys the process of installing this control unit completely. I'm gonna plug it in, and then we're gonna check our steering wheel. Hopefully the steering wheel is gonna be soft after that. And then I'm gonna end the video. I will put this control unit, I will install it off camera, okay? So let's go in the vehicle and get this installed. Before we do that, I wanna give a shout out to our cameraman Kyler. Thanks for being here. Thank you for your awesome work. Now let's go in the vehicle and install this electric power steering control unit. All right, so you guys remember last time we had to remove the glove box to get to this electric power steering control unit. So here is the new one, like I showed you. I'm gonna get this box back here for now. So this is the brand new unit. So what I'm gonna do now is I have my RTL scan tool connected to the vehicle, by the way. So I'm going to disconnect this one here. I hope Kylo can see this. Do you want me to get a light? No, that's good. Oh, you good? Okay. So I'm going to disconnect these electrical connectors. Okay. So here is the old one, and then this is the new one. So it's identical. The only difference is this one has a bracket. So I'm gonna have to remove this bracket and install it on this one so I can get this installed. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this old one over here. I'm gonna connect the new one to the vehicle. Okay, so I hope cameraman Kyler can see this. All right, so we got our new module connected right there. So now, let's get the screen recorder going. Cameraman Kyler, can you turn the key on, please? So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna scan all the control units on the vehicle. Then we're gonna see if we have a communication code about the electric power steering control unit, because I've heard some people say this control unit is just plug and play. So hopefully it's just plug and play. So right now the scan tool is scanning all the control units on the vehicle. Interesting, it's taking a while to read the ABS control unit. So we have two codes in the ABS control unit. So it's scanning the electric power steering control unit right now. Okay, so we have three codes in the electric power steering control unit. So at least we can communicate with this one. I mean, we were communicating with the old one too, but let's see what we're gonna find here. All right, so the scan tool is done scanning all the modules on the vehicle. Let's list them. Okay, so we have communication codes in the engine computer. Okay, so we have F-CAN malfunction. The last code in the engine computer is U0131 F-CAN malfunction PCM-ESP. I mean EPS, electronic power steering. Now let's see what codes we have in the electronic power steering control unit. So in the electronic power steering control unit, we have 3 codes: comparison between the vehicle speed and the engine speed signal, and then excessive change of the vehicle speed signal, torque sensor check. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to erase all these codes. Let's see if we can erase them. Okay, so we cleared all the codes. We no longer have codes here. Even the electronic power steering control unit doesn't have codes. So now I'm gonna start the engine. Let's try to turn the steering wheel to see if the steering wheel is going to be soft. If it gets better, then we're gonna wrap up this video, because at this point the next thing would be installing the bracket on this old control unit on the new one, and then we're gonna install it back there behind the glove box, and then I'm gonna put everything back together. Then we'll be good to go. You guys saw me removing the glove box last time, so putting everything back together is the reverse process of the removal process. So I don't think I need to show you how to do that. So let me go in the driver's seat and start the engine. If the steering wheel is soft, then we don't have to recalibrate this. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to go into the special functions in this EPS to see if it's going to require some type of calibration. So let's start the engine first and see what happens. Remember before I had to fight the steering wheel, and we had a message on the dash that was saying something about the electric power steering system. So the key is still on, so hopefully the battery didn't die, because the key was on when I was talking. Oh, it started. Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, check this out. It's fixed. Look, I'm gonna turn it with my finger. It's fixed. Now the check engine light is on. Oh, that's probably because we have the scan tool connected. Look, we're gonna have another happy customer. What do you think, Kyler? You think it's fixed? Oh, nice. Actually, the power steering light that was on the dash is gone. Oh, check this out. Oh, should we go on a quick little test drive? Maybe? Okay. All right, so yeah, this is nice. Now, let me do a quick scan again. Let's do a quick scan while the engine is running. So that's fixed, guys. Bad electric power steering control unit. So remember what our service info told us last time? So the service info was good. I mean, the service info was right. If we just went ahead and replaced the control unit and didn't do the test, we would have gotten lucky. But you guys know that's not how we do it here. The way we do things here is we test. What about if we were missing a ground or power? So we do the test, and all our tests came out fine, and the issue ended up being the module. We replaced the module. Now all is well. So now I need to figure out if that module needs to be calibrated, or if there's something we have to do to make this module work properly. Actually, we don't have a code in the electric power steering control unit. Maybe it's just plug and play. I'm sure the owner of this car is going to be very happy to have his car back, because he called me, when was it? Yesterday. He said, that's the only car we have right now. So they have 2 cars in their family, and then the first car, they have a Honda. That Honda broke down, and then this one broke down. So both cars broke down. They don't have a car right now, so he really wants to get his car back. So right now we have 2 codes in the engine computer. The code that we have is P0339. It says crank sensor position circuit intermittent interruption. Interesting. Now this could be because the battery was low and then we were cranking the engine, so that could cause the sensor to not put out a high enough signal, and that can cause this code. So I'm gonna erase the codes. Let's erase all the codes, and then I'm gonna go into the electric power steering control unit. Let's see if we have some calibration we have to do. If there isn't any calibrations, we're gonna take this for a spin. If everything goes well, then we're gonna wrap up this video. So we made the right call, guys. So now let's go into the electric power steering control unit. Let's go to adjustments. Okay, torque sensor learn. We might have to do that. Let's do a torque sensor learn. Jack up the vehicle, jack up the front of the vehicle and support them with stands so that the front wheel rotate freely. Oh really? You have to do that? Place the front wheel in the straight ahead position. Turn the steering wheel by 10 degrees to left and right. Turn the steering wheel to straight position. Remove the wheel. Really? So to do this, we have to jack up the front and then turn the steering wheel. And do we need to do that? Okay, let me go get jack stands. I mean, maybe 2 jacks. We're gonna jack up the front, and I want to do this adjustment, all these tests here. I want to do the torque sensor learn, and then the EPS steering angle sensor value clear. I want to do that too, and then we can go on a test drive. So all right, so I'll go get 2 jacks. I'm gonna jack up the front so that the wheels can get off the ground. We're gonna do all these adjustments here, and then we'll go on a test drive. So I'm gonna go get 2 jacks, and then I'll be back. So I have jacked up the front of the vehicle. As you can see over here on the passenger side, this wheel is off the ground. We're gonna show you the wheel on the driver's side. This wheel is also off the ground, okay? So now let's go in the vehicle and calibrate that sensor. Okay, so let's calibrate this, torque sensor learn. Let's do that. So the steering wheel can now be turned without any effort because the wheels are off the ground. So let's click OK. The learning has been completed. Turn the ignition switch. Oh really? Ignition switch is off. Turn the ignition switch on. Okay. Oh, that's it? Let's do the second one. Notice this function returns the electric power steering angle neutral position learning value to the shipment state. Stop the engine. Ensure no DTCs are stored in the EPS control unit. Okay, let's continue. Steering wheel is straight. To clear EPS steering angle neutral point learning value. So we have to press OK. This function is not supported on the vehicle. Oh really? Okay, and then what's this one? This function switches the MAPS on and off. Okay, I don't think we need to do this one. All right, so I believe we are good. Let's see if we have any codes here. No codes present in the electric power steering control unit. All right, so I'm gonna lower the vehicle and then we're gonna go on a test drive. All right, so let's go for a spin. Oh, check this out. I couldn't even turn the steering wheel before. Look, I'm turning the steering wheel with my finger. Okay. See? Can you tell that it's fixed? I'm turning the steering wheel with my finger. It's done. Actually, I'm gonna mention this in the video, although Kyler didn't want me to say this. This car was at another shop, and then there was a shop that recommended a module and a rack and pinion. So, and we diagnosed it, we checked, we did a resistance test on the wires that came from the electric motor. There was no resistance on those wires, and I told the customer, I said, no, you just need the module. You don't need the rack and pinion. Because another shop was gonna put a rack and pinion on this and the module. So we don't have to look at the scan tool when we're driving. So we're just gonna go up the road. I know this is fixed, but just so we can double check and make sure that we are 100% good to go. Yeah, this is nice. Now it looks like the service due light is on, so it's also due for an oil change. Let's see, what's the mileage on this thing? Oh, so yeah, it's due for the oil change. Right now the mileage is 126,716. There's a oil change sticker here. It says 126,051. Yeah, it's way overdue. So I'm gonna have to call the customer and ask him. It's hot in here. If I turn on the AC, is it gonna ruin the audio? No? Okay. Yeah. We don't want to cook ourselves. Oh, this is nice. Woo! It's fixed. We got no lights on the dash. I'm gonna slow down. Kyler, can you see the dash? Let's see if cameraman Kyler can show you guys the dash. No lights on. Remember before we had a message on the dash that was saying that there was a problem with the electric power steering system. We're good. It's fixed. So I'm gonna turn around here and drive back to the shop. So I guess this electric power steering control unit does not need to be programmed. It's just plug and play. Because if it needed to be programmed, when we erased the codes out of it, those codes would have come back, or we would have had a light on the dash, or something was going to be off. But right now, so far so good. We don't have a light on the dash. Everything feels good. Yeah. So actually, when we get back to the shop, after we end this video, I'm gonna put everything back together. I'm gonna call the customer. I will tell him that the vehicle also needs an oil change. Hopefully it's gonna approve hopefully he's gonna approve our oil change. We're gonna do the oil change, and then he can come pick up his vehicle today, because I know he really wants to get it back. So this is good. This is a pretty nice car. What do you think, Kyler? You like it? You like Acuras? Yeah? It's like a fancy Honda, you know? Yeah, it's pretty nice actually. I like it. It's a pretty nice car. It drives well, and it's clean too. It's clean inside. As you guys are watching these videos, I appreciate you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. And to those of you who are bringing your vehicles to our shop for business, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you guys for bringing business to us. We have been very busy because of you guys. So thank you. And also, give our cameraman Kyler some love. You know, he's making awesome videos, although most of his videos haven't been out yet. But yeah, Kyler, you're doing a great job. Those videos, when I watch them at night, because I watch all the videos before they come out. I'm like, man, my man Kyler.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. So guys, give cameraman Kyler some love. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate all the awesome work he's doing. All right, so we are back at the shop. Before I turn off the engine, I want to show you guys. Oh, it feels so nice in here with the AC. We should just sit here, you know, and not go back in the shop. Let's just sit here. So I want to show you guys. The dash. So right there, as you can see, the engine is running and we got no lights on the dash. Remember before we had a message on the dash that was saying that we had a malfunction in the electric power steering system. So that message is no longer there. That's because we replaced that module, that guy over there, because we replaced that little module there, okay? So we are good to go. This is fixed. So let's turn off the engine so we can wrap up this video. All right, so as you guys can see, no lights on the dash. You know, I'm turning the steering wheel with my finger now. Okay, so we're good to go. We're gonna have another happy customer. Now, before I turn off the engine, before we wrap up this video, I would like to scan the electric power steering control unit again to make sure that we don't have a code that came back. So I'm gonna turn off the engine. I'm gonna turn the key on. Since we went on a test drive, we were turning the steering wheel. So if there's something that needs to be calibrated or if there's something that's off, we're gonna have a code in one of these control units. Perfect. All right, so the scan tool is done scanning all the control units. We got 0 codes in the engine computer, 0 codes in the electric power steering control unit. Let's go back inside the electric power steering control unit. Let's see. We have 0 codes here, so we're good to go. I'm gonna start the engine again. Yeah, no lights on the dash. Steering wheel is now very, very easy to turn. It's so soft, so we're good to go. So now I'm gonna turn off the engine so we can wrap up this video. So we are done. We did the test. We confirmed the customer's complaint first. We did the test. We figured out that the issue was the electric power steering control unit. We read service info. Service info also helped us figure out the issue. You know, I guess what we can learn from this video is the importance of having the right service info, doing the test, and the test led us to the issue, which is the electric, which was the electric power steering control unit. So I'm not going to show you, like I said, I'm not going to show you how I'm going to put everything back together. I will do that off camera. We're going to do an oil change on this, and then we're going to have another happy customer. So cameraman Kyler, thanks for being here. Everybody, if you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. If you are not a subscriber, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you live in the Frederick area and you have car issues, come check us out. Come to our shop. We will take care of your car. Right, Kyler? Okay? Awesome. So thanks, everybody. I can't thank you guys enough. Thanks for being here. See you guys next time.